today has been such a big reminder that you can't even plan for things that you know are expected that could completely throw you because you don't know what's coming ever. So I stayed home as a nomad. Most of you know I'm a nomad. So I'm not in my usual surroundings. I'm in the Cape. I'm not used to the Cape wind that is going to be up to 70 kilometers an hour. A little bit later it hit kind of 60 kilometers an hour. So I was like, bunker down. We have a delivery service for anyone who's watching from overseas where delivery guys come on the bike and they make sure that you have your groceries. So I did that yesterday. Heaven forbid I have anybody trying to drive in this crazy wind. I'm not watching you. It's because I'm actually watching what's going on outside in the window, which I'm going to tell you now. And I was all prepared. The rain's coming. It's going to be really, really hectic rain. And I was like absolutely all prepared. My head was in that space. And we prepare ourselves all the time for what we know is coming. And you know, Baz Luhrmann has such a beautiful song, and I use it as an example all the time. The sunscreen song, and in the song he says, you know, you plan for everything, you worry about everything except for the thing that hits you on an idle Tuesday. And I was chatting to a friend, and I was like, I smell smoke. So I got up and looked around outside the windows, and my concern for the day was really, really crazy rain and wind, and I did not anticipate fire on the mountain. So if you know Cape Town at all, if you know the Cape at all, it's surrounded by mountains, and the fires are a really, really big thing. And I'm really conscious as a nomad that when I'm in a certain place, I'm going to have an experience that I might not have again. And I'm so grateful for that, because that has heightened my ability to stay in the present moment. So I am very aware at this very moment in time, today, right now, that I might not ever have this feeling of, it's kind of like an anxiousness. And I do want to say the fire, there's no way that the fire can get to me, right? So, but it's just, I am surrounded by smoke, like absolutely. It doesn't matter which window you go to, there is literally smoke everywhere. The other problem is there's heavy clouds on top, so it's kind of all being pushed down. There's been sirens going for ages, for absolute ages. And I gave myself the gift of presence and of consciousness, and to go like, Joe, like sit in and just sit and feel what it must be like. First of all, for people who are impacted by these fires, like in ways that I can't even begin to comprehend, where they lose their homes, they have to start again. There are clusters of really underprivileged people who are living in not even in secure homes, just like makeshift homes, and the fire spreads through them. I'm not talking about, you know, I don't know. It's just I usually record this in my head. And then the other day I had a random beautiful moment on the beach and seeing different things, and I decided to share it. And now I feel like it's kind of like become a thing where instead of recording it in my head, I want to share what I'm recording. And right now I'm recording. I'm actually going to, I may as well. Let me see if I can turn this around. Otherwise I'm going to stop and stitch this. I think I'm going to have to stop and stitch this. Yep. Oh, I can actually carry on recording. So can you see the smoke? There are clouds on top, but can you see the smoke? So the reason why I wanted to share is because I'm consciously sitting and feeling it's kind of like a little bit overwhelming, to be honest with you. I'm like, I can smell the smoke in the air. I can literally smell it in the air. And there is an unsettled feeling. It doesn't matter that I've had a message from my absolutely incredible neighbor who's really been guiding me through what it means to live in the Cape. And she's like, don't worry, like it's not going to get to us. The rain's going to come. This fire team is absolutely incredible. I know they are. but to actually sit in the feeling of, we pass through things so quickly, and we don't actually sit in the feeling of where does that kind of butterflies in your stomach sit, and where does that kind of feeling in your chest kind of go, and what thoughts rush through your head, and then also what crazy things does the mind do. Like the mind is like you're breathing in smoke, and it feels like it's so much smoke, and you've got a headache. You've definitely got a headache from the smoke. Like you don't have a headache from the smoke. It's overwhelming, and I wanted to document it. I am waiting for the rain. I'm waiting for the rain, and I'm holding out for the rain, which is another thing. It's completely in the hands of Mother Nature. And I also just want to say, this is pre-eclipse. This is pre-Aries, this really big eclipse tomorrow. And there's a lot of things happening in Aries. And Aries is ruled by Mars. And Mars is a lot of fiery, feisty energy, but it's also a lot of brave energy. So it's that combination. So I'm linking it all because I believe that we are absolutely intertwined with these golden threads. We are the same as stardust, the mountains and the trees and us and everything and the stars, we're all the same. So we're interconnected. So there's a tug, and there's a lot of Mars energy. So whatever's happening with you with Mars energy right now, I'm thinking of you. And I am going to sit here and just wait for the rain and hold in my heart anybody who has been impacted by this fire.